Okay. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night to all of you, according to your location. Welcome to Biafra Television Europe live presentation. From me, fearless IPB evangelist Mazi Nwachukwu. Today, the 11th day of January 2026. This is a live broadcast. Biafra Television Europe is under IPOB. Mazi Nnamdi's IPOB agitating for Biafra under self-determination, demanding for the referendum for the Biafran people. And that is the basis of our argument that led to the killings of peaceful agitators, illegal detention, invasion of our land by the army, forced flag operation, only because we demand for referendum. Today, we are here to channel the mindset of Nigerians to what they are facing today as a country that does not maintain its constitution. We are going into what Nigeria is standing on today. How the North maintained the very Ahmadu Bello 1953 agenda. Today everybody is facing it. So many people are trying to see if there is a way it can be changed. Some are deceiving themselves, trying to tell people that one day there will be changing. There will never be changes in Nigeria. Rather, it will continue because we will listen to the Ahmadu Bello interview, but we are not yet there now. We continue. What Nigeria is facing today is based on this very video you are going to watch shortly. Because this very video shaped Nigeria to what it is today. This very speech is a policy that the North have maintained, and the British have helped in maintaining it because of the policy of the creation of the zoo called Nigeria 1914. To maintain it, the British made sure that they shifted power to the North, according to the speech or according to the statement of the god of Nigeria, Lugard, who created Nigeria. He said, because the North is too poor. That was his reason of the creation of Nigeria, amalgamating the North and the South together, which have witnessed 111 years, today heading to 112 years of the existence of Nigeria, having handed power over to the North to maintain, as Ahmadu Bello have said, still the North is still too poor. The North have not been rich. We are going to touch those places in this very video. This very program will link all Nigerians are facing today. And we believe there will be time for you to call in. When that time comes, we'll make our number open. But for now, let us go and listen to Ahmadu Bello. We'll still listen to it again, but let us go now so that people will connect and know what we are talking about. Inform
One
others
thing I've
that we are
noticed,
live.
Premier, while I've been here, is that Northerners seem to have, I might almost call it obsession about the Igbos. Could you perhaps explain that to me?
Well, the Igbos are more or less the type of people whose desire is mainly to dominate everybody. If they go to a village, to a town, they want to monopolize everything in that area. If you put them in a labor camp as a laborer, within a year they will try to emerge as headman of that camp, and so on. Well, in the past, our people were not alive to their responsibilities. because you can see from our northernization policy that in 1952, when I came here, there weren't 10 northerners in our civil service here. Then I tried to have it northernized, and now all important posts are being held by northerners.
Is this policy of filling all key posts in the north solely with northerners and not with other Nigerians a temporary or permanent one?
In actual fact, what it is a northerner first. If you can't get a northerner, then we take an expatriate like yourself on contract. If we can't, then we can employ another Nigerian, but on contract too. This is going to be permanent, I should say, as far as I can foresee, because it will be rather dangerous to see the number of boys who are now turning from all our learning institutions coming out with having no work to do. I'm sure whichever government of the day might be, it will feel rather embarrassed, and it might even lead to bloodshed.
Doesn't this damage the idea of all people in all regions in Nigeria being fellow citizens of one country?
Well, it might, but you are, I mean, new to our region, but how many northerners are employed in the east or in the west? The answer is no. And if there are, there may be 10 laborers employed only in the two regions.
Thank you. That is it. Welcome back. This is where the Nigeria lies on. The existence of Nigeria today is based on this very interview. It is a policy, it is an agenda, it is a constitution that the North have maintained, managed in everything they can do to maintain this, and it has been maintained. From what he said, we don't need for you to dwell much on the Igbo area because it is righteousness in Nigeria. From this very speech of Ahmadu Bello, he legalized the hate on Igbo people. Do you understand? This speech legalized the hate on Igbo people. It make it righteousness to hate an Igbo, to contribute in the policy against Igbo. When we talk about Igbo, we talk about the East. But Nigeria used the symbol of Igbo to punish other people, but they single Igbo out so that others will see themselves that they are not included. Right? When they denied us seaport in Calabar, they denied the people of Calabar and Akwa Ibom. But they are denying that they will present Igbo. Warri seaport to deny Igbo, but it has of Warri. To deny Igbo, Igbo, which is Port Harcourt seaport, to deny Igbo access for their business, it affected the people of Rivers State. So they use the name of Igbo to torture others, which is they knew that we are all together. But they single Igbo out and say, hey, Igbo man, Igbo businessman, Igbo leaders, Igbo this. But they are talking about the East. So now, this very speech of Ahmadu Bello is what make the Nigerian constitution, the Nigerian law, not to enforce the law on Sheikh Gumi, because this man is talking about the Northern first. The man asked him, what is this obsession that he discovered since he had been here from the North against the Igbos? The man started telling him that the Igbo is a tribe that when they come to a place, they will try to monopolize everybody. Then even if you employ them as a laborer, within a year, they will be the head of the labor camp. Do you understand? Now, from what he presented, did you see any evil in the life of Igbo? The answer is no. What he presented did not deserve hate. It deserves respect, applaud for hard working. But what did it give to us? It gave the Igbo hatred that we are hard working. That's what it means. When we come to a place, within a short while, we will be the head man. That is hard working. What is monopolized? We don't monopolize, but you will try to be like us. People will say, look at Igbo man, he came here with waterproof. I know when he came to Lagos. So when you try to do like us, or you are seeing that the way we are doing, and you try to do like that, now it becomes that we monopolize everybody. When we get money, instead of us to be suffering your hand, we buy a land and build a house. Because we like to be independent, even in our homes. Even as we are living with our brothers, when time comes, you will leave your brother and go and find a house. We don't monopolize, right? But we make sure that we keep everywhere we come to alive. People will enjoy life. People will benefit from us. It is not monopoly. In Lagos, the women of Lagos that sell roadside market, they pack their goods in the shop of Igbo people. In Lagos, Brother Chukwudi, Brother Ifeanyi, Brother Emeka, let me pack my shoe. Let me pack my goods. Let me pack my orange. Let me pack. That is that monopoly? Is that who do we take on control of? Who? Who do we put? Which place have Igbo people invaded before? Show me a place in Nigeria Igbo people invaded and slaughtered the people there and take over their land. Show me a place Igbo people go and they did not abide to the law. The first thing they obey is the law. So how do they monopolize you? They don't change your constitution. They don't change the law of the land. If their brother or sister come to that place, they will tell them, look at the law of this place. Maintain it. So where is the monopoly? Because we will come to your place and discover the wealth in your place that you can never see. Right? So we continue in that very speech. And he said that everything they do in Nigeria must be Northern first. When election takes place, it must be Northern first. That is why you see them, the British created this very rigging of election from census 1959 to the extent that they have mapped out Kaduna and the Kanu as the center of their rigging, which if you go there, you don't get that number of people. But they have mapped out number of votes to be given out from Kanu and Kaduna that they will use to beat you. Do you understand? It must be Northern first. Now, he said, and if we cannot get a Northerner, we get another person like that white man, a foreigner, instead of giving an Igbo man a job, instead of employing an Igbo man. Ahmadu Bello, the Northern agenda, said, we rather employ a foreigner or other Nigerians. And look at the underlying statement. He said, on contract. He said the white man will be on contract, then other Nigerians on contract. Two, he said on contract, two. That is to say, there is no president that have ruled Nigeria that is not from the north that did not rule under contract. Obasanjo ruled under contract. Obasanjo ruled under contract. Obasanjo established Sharia law as a contractor. Ahmadu Bello said, we will employ other Nigerians. That is to say, even when you voted for Tinubu or when he was raked in, he was there under contract. Ahmadu Bello said, it must be not an first. But when you see another person there, it must be under contract. Employment, not as part of the owner of the country. They employ other people. The North is the head. They employ other people. Both in the army, you can use the name of a Northerner to enter army. You're supposed to be a high rank, but a Northerner will be promoted so that you'll be under the Northerner. That is Northerner first. Northerner first. Is that not what we are facing? Obasanjo ruled under contract as a Northerner. When he was ruling, Atiku was proving to him that you are under contract. We are the owner of the seat. Atiku was showing power, showing that he's from the north, that Obasanjo is under contract. Do you understand? When Yaradua died, Jonathan, they refused to tell Jonathan. When Jonathan became the president, they want him to be under contract. They discover that he cannot maintain it. They want him to be out. Because of Jonathan, they formed terrorist groups. Because you must be under contract. We are coming. The video is too. That speech is very, very serious. Do you understand? Now, begin to check those who ruled Nigeria must be under. That's why Abiola died. It must be under contract. You are contracted by the North. That's why 5 Igbo people ruled, was the Senate president within 4 or 5 years. Because they were under contract. Not that they said they have impeached him. Hey, Evans and William have been impeached. It is now Adolphus Nwabara from Abia. Evans from Imo. Under contract. After that one, Adolphus Nwabara became Senate president under contract. Abia. From there, they said the Chubok Adibo have taken over under contract. From there, they went to Ebonyi, Anyim Pius Anyim under contract. From there, it went to Enugu, Kanu Nnamdi under contract. It must be not an affair. It shows that that's not your position. Go and ask Wike. Under contract, a minister in Abuja, the worst ministerial post in the whole of ministerial posts in Nigeria, the worst of it is Minister of Abuja. Your people will not benefit. They will use you to destroy your properties of your people. Do you understand? They will single you out, keep you, use you against people when you are not even working for your people. You are working in Abuja. The ministers of Abuja are supposed to come from Abuja territory. Not somebody from Rivers will be minister in Abuja. Automatically, his people lost. But they say, a Rivers man is a minister. That is rubbish. Minister of Abuja, who have no power of extension to any other state. Your power ends in that place. Abuja is a state. They call it a capital. Yes, a state, just like a governor. You're a governor of Abuja. The governor of Abuja cannot exist in Kaduna. The governor of Abuja does not have power in Kogi, in Benue. The Minister of Works have power in the whole federation. Minister of Information, Minister of even media aides are like president. They speak on behalf of president. But the ministerial post of Abuja capital is the worst of it all. You don't rule your people. Your people don't benefit. You will just create enemy for yourself. They will just put you there to destroy people's property, and you don't have power of extension as a minister. Other ministers have power. They can go to Lagos and do something. As a minister of Federal Republic, Umahi can carry on a project in Lagos. Umahi can carry project in Kogi. He can carry Wike, his project is in Abuja. That is his ministerial post. And you'll be there under contract. You now know why Osibanjo was seen nowhere, because he was there also under contract, even as a vice president under contract. His master died, he became mute. He became deaf and dumb because he was under contract. Tinubu today, under contract. It doesn't matter what you claim, you must be under contract. You don't take actions on Fulani herdsmen, you must consult Sultan of Sokoto, and he will tell you your position. So let us continue. And this man asked him, as we are going to listen later, this very BBC journalist asked Ahmadu Bello, is this going to be permanent or for a period of time? And this man said that it's going to be permanent and it cannot change, not an affair, that it will even lead to bloodshed. Are you understanding? Are you understanding? Now, what do Othman Danfodio say? Okay, not Othman himself, him himself, Ahmadu Bello, the same Ahmadu Bello, on the process to be shaping the very agenda of the BBC interview, the agenda presented on BBC interview 1953 by Ahmadu Bello, now reaching to 1961 after Nigerian independence. He said that this newly created nation shall be the estate of our great grandfathers. The minority in the north shall be a willing tool, rigging of election. The Fulani can invade and take over your community. And the south shall be a conquered people. Do you understand? Now let us continue on that video. This video, okay, let's listen again.
One thing I've noticed, Premier, while I've been here, is that Northerners seem to have, I might almost call it obsession about the Igbos.
A white man
Could you
discovered.
perhaps explain that to me?
Well, the Igbos are more or less the type of people whose desire is mainly to dominate everybody. If they go to a village, to a town, they want to monopolize everything in that area. If you put them in a labor camp as a laborer, within a year they will try to emerge as headman of that camp, and so on. Well, in the past, our people were not alive to their responsibilities, because you can see from organization policy that in 1952, when I came here, there weren't 10 Northerners in our civil service here. Then I tried to have it northernized, and now all important posts are being held by Northerners.
Is this policy of filling all key posts in the north solely with Northerners and not with other Nigerians a temporary or permanent one?
In actual fact, what it is a Northerner first.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't get a Northerner, then we take an expatriate like yourself on contract.
Okay.
If we can't, then we can employ another Nigerian, but on contract too.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be permanent, I should say, as far as I can foresee, because it will be rather dangerous to see the number of boys who are now turning from all our learning institutions coming out with having no work to do. I'm sure whichever government of the day might be, it will feel rather embarrassed, and it might even lead to bloodshed.
Doesn't this damage the idea, sir, of all people in all regions in Nigeria being fellow citizens of one country?
Well, it might, but
it might.
I mean, new to our region, but how many Northerners are employed in the east or in the west? The answer is no. And if there may be 10 laborers employed only in the two regions.
Now, you have listened to it. You have listened to it. A country where you belong to, you will be employed as somebody on contract in civil service, in political posts. That is why when people tell us about one Nigeria, we'll be laughing at them. That's why you see Igbo politicians and politicians from other regions, they are not beneficiary to their people because they are under contract. They have limit of operation. They have limit. Like it is now, there are things politicians from the east can request for. As Nigeria stand, not everything you would request for. Not if a northerner requests for something in the Senate, you request for it. You don't qualify. Would you request for international airport? You are dreaming. You are not qualified to have international airport. Do you understand? Why is it that Fulani herdsmen does not stand trial? Because of this speech of this man. He said Northerner first. When he's talking about Northerner, he's talking about Fulani. They use that language, Northerner, to overrun the main citizens and indigenous people of the North. What he's presenting is Fulani today. Why people say it's the North, they are in charge, that is policy. They manage to maintain it while using the politicians from other regions who have the opportunity to say no. But because they are selfish, people like Ojozo, people like Omahi, people like so many of them, people like Ojozo, they were used to truncate a Ekweme's ticket. of 1999. Him and Jim Wobodo. Do you understand? Because they were on contract. Just like Ojozona. He's now on contract to hand over their state to APC. Ahmadu Bello said, on contract too. Do you understand? When they rubbish his political career in Abuja, that made him to turn to a media person to see if he can gain ground again, because they will push you against your people. So when your people come against you, you will try to make defense, try to be pure. By doing so, you'll be going down more and more. Today, they have pushed Ojo Carlo back to the state to go and do politics that he cannot do in the federal. The only politics of Ojo Carlo in federal is to condemn his people and to counter any argument from the people of the East. Anything Igbo people say, this thing is bad, it's not good to us, Ojo will counter it and tell you that President Tinubu is coming. He's tell you what Tinubu is about to do or what Tinubu have done. Whatever you say that is ill to us, Ojo will come and defend it. That is people that are on contract. You are not independent. You are not citizen like other citizens from the north. You become a fool before the public because you are on. Ahmadu Bello said on contract too. Tinubu is on contract. It doesn't matter what you do because you are not from the north. He said Northern affairs. There's nothing you can do for Nigerian security to arrest Gumi because the constitution of Ahmadu Bello is superior to Nigerian constitution. Who said Northern affairs? Do you understand? Do you understand? So, what Nigeria is experiencing today, facing today, is not their constitution. What they are using is not their constitution. If the Fulani want to deceive you, they will be singing one Nigeria. But they have their own constitution, have their personal agenda. The Fulani have their personal agenda. The northern state have their personal agenda. They have even created a republic inside Nigeria on the process to maintain this agenda of Ahmadu Bello. They even printed their constitution, Sharia law, and put it in Nigerian constitution. Join them together. That even the Sharia constitution supersedes the Nigerian constitution. Which we knew that basically on Nigerian constitution, which is what they talk about secular state, right? Have guaranteed Deborah and backed up Deborah in her argument over what the Muslims sent in their WhatsApp group, the WhatsApp group of students. She argued based on the constitution that they used to present to the world. They say it's a secular state. Without her knowing that the Sharia law supersedes the Nigerian constitution, this Sharia law is in the honor of Ahmadu Bello. The head of the Sharia law is Sokoto. Any sultan is the head of this Sharia law. Now, the Sharia law condemned Deborah and they stoned Deborah to death, which is to say, the constitution of Sharia supersedes the Nigerian constitution that Deborah basically was arguing. So how come in such place you think that you can succeed as a country where a particular people who tell you are running a country with them have their own personal constitution that will make them to override Nigerian constitution, like Nigerian constitution prohibits what Gumi is doing with terrorists. But Sharia constitution and the Ahmadu Bello constitution, which is the northern agenda against Nigerians, automatically backs Sheikh Gumi, automatically backs Fulani herdsmen, automatically backs Pantami, automatically backs Matawale, automatically backs Shetima in their terrorism. against other citizens. A constitution that can never, the police can never enforce on Fulani herdsmen is a very useless constitution. Because the Ahmadu Bello speech, which is the agenda, which they have maintained today, that it must be Northern affairs. Every other people must be under contract. Tell me who is not under contract, who is not under the control of the North. Governors from the East, they worship the North because they are governors, but under contract. Though the people elected them, but they are under contract. They knew that our good people, the good citizens, the good leaders from the East, withdraw from politics 1971. When they told them that you must change your identity, you must hate your people, you must say you are not Igbo before you be seen in politics. You must, if we did not see you in those that sabotaged the Igbo people during Biafra war, you cannot be appointed in office. That's when the good people withdraw and criminals took over politics. People that can sell their people to get position. Because the good people said no. Even there are so many of them that managed to see if they can can manage Nigerian politics, but it didn't work. Their kind of life cannot make them to with these very criminals. So that's when we see the people, just like when they are growing, they will be preparing people like Ojos or people like TA. Do you know that TA was a commissioner for education under Mbakwe? Oh, sorry, chief of staff Mbakwe. Chief of staff Mbakwe, Sam Mbakwe, TA Oji. When Abia State was created new 1991, he became commissioner of education because he read English language. 1999 again, TA Oji became commissioner for INEC, who rigged Vincent Ogbulafo out on contract. They rigged Vincent Ogbulafo, who won the election of Abia. Vincent from Umuahia. He rigged in Ojo Zokalo. Ojo Zokalo now make him chief of staff. And later made him governor when Ojo was hated by the people of Abia. Nobody believed it. Even in a PDP, he formed PPA that doesn't exist, just to use it to rig in TA Oji in. He do the election inside the hotel. People was voting, but Ojo had finished the election and gave everything to PPA, a party that doesn't exist, because they were under contract. Do you understand? So, why should somebody from other regions be dreaming of a better Nigeria tomorrow? When Nigeria was created for the betterness of the North, the betterness of the North. But the North have not been better. They gave their people terrorism because they knew that they are not the owner of the land. The Fulanis who came and using the name of North to punish the citizens, they have never made the North happy. They are just terror, suffering the North. They took over the whole angles of power because they knew that the people they will make happy are not the citizens. Because the Nigeria was created because the North is too poor. But when Fulani came, they say it is their great-grandfather's estate. So they never believe in any other owners of the land apart from Fulani. So they use Fulani herdsmen and their other terrorists to massacre owners of the land, the indigenous people, so that the main owners of the land can take over. What does that mean? It means that Nigeria can never ever be developed to what you want until the whole citizens of Nigeria is wiped out and Fulani take over. That is when they will now allow good life to the people. Because they knew that the people they will make happy are not the Fulani, they are not the owner of the land. So that is why they are pushing so that Fulani will take over. When they take over, those things you are demanding, you are requesting for, they will not provide it for Fulani. They cannot allow it to give to you. It cannot come to you. That is to say, if not did not succeed in Nigeria after 111 years, heading to 12 years now, heading to 112 years from 1914, when do other regions want to succeed? Do you understand? If 111 years was not able to make the North better, how many years did you expect that will make them better before other regions will be better? Want to know? Some people will say, leave the North, let us build our own region. You cannot do it. There are policies that are guiding you. There are policies that are punishing your politician. There are policies that will guarantee what you want to do there. There are things that, Igbo people, they push them, those that have money, they push them to Lagos to run their business. The way they will threaten them, you will not know. When the person will go to Lagos, he'll tell you, there is insecurity in the East. The person will not expose the federal government who pushed him to Lagos. It is to maintain a policy. You cannot build your region under the policy of the North. The policy denied the East seaport, international airport, foreign presence. What is foreign presence? Can you have foreign presence without international airport, without seaport? It is the international airport that will give birth to embassies. The government will tell you where you can build embassy. You cannot just come to Nigeria and build embassy in Enugu. It is the government that will shape them. Federal government will tell you where you build your embassy. You make choice. That is policy. You cannot build your region. If you try to do it, they will make a policy that will kick you down. Government will punish you. That is why we need freedom. Because the policies of Nigeria is punishment to us to excel. They hold our governors tight. They are not independent. They held our senators tight. They are not independent. Now, they denied us security. But we have the power to give our people security. But they cannot allow us because they are running a one Nigeria, one country. A country that will tell you when you will die and when you will live. A country that all their citizens are condemned criminals. Because Fulani herdsmen will kill you, no judgment. Boko Haram will kill you, no judgment. Police will kill you, no judgment. Army will kill you, no judgment. Road safety will kill you, cause accident. Civil defense will kill you. Army, Air Force will bombard your community and call it mistake. Tell me where citizens died like this if you are not condemned criminal. We want to know. We want to know. Is it not the only people that are free in Nigeria are those that are in prison? The politician can be kidnapped. The imam can be kidnapped. The pastor will be kidnapped. The bishop will be kidnapped. The commissioner will be kidnapped. The senator will be kidnapped. The secretary will be kidnapped. Tell me who is free. Condemn criminals. That's how the British created Nigerian citizens. Now, with that situation, can you excel? Can you show me a genuine white man in the East? No, you cannot. All the white men in our land came to steal our resources. You don't benefit from them. Their flight landed in Lagos, Kanu or Kaduna. They don't pay tax to us. They pay to federal government. They don't have embassy in our land. They came here to take our resources. They are thieves. You pay tax to Kanu, you pay tax to Kaduna, you pay tax to Abuja, you pay tax to Lagos. You come to take resources in our land. That is policy of Nigeria. We can only build houses in our land, build roads, if they allow you. But they will make policy of punishment. Do you understand? They will tell you the goods that will exist in your land. If not, it is contraband. You will import it, they will seize it. They are monitoring you. They make sure they shape you to follow the road that they created for you. You must follow Lagos. You must follow. That is the road they created for you. Where they will monitor you, where they will hold you, where they will punish you, where they will set customs on the road that will also wait for you to collect money from you while you are going to the East. It is to maintain Ahmadu Bello agenda, to maintain Ahmadu Bello policy of Northern agenda, right? It must be Northern first. That's why Ibeto was shut down. Dangote is standing. It must be Northern first. Northern first. It doesn't matter. Ahmadu Bello said it may lead to bloodshed. He said it's going to be permanent. It cannot be changed. How can you amend it? Northern first. Do you understand? And I believe some of our people will have something to say. Thank you. We'll place our number on the screen now so that those who have to call in can call in, right? Those who also have a way to convince IPOB to believe in one Nigeria, or those who will come and tell us how Nigeria is going to work with this very speech that have become a policy, a speech of Ahmadu Bello, BBC interview 1953, which automatically turned to Northern agenda and policy that the North have maintained. They have maintained it, and today we are here that Northern Nigerian politicians formed terrorists after killing the citizens of the land, which they call minority in the North because they are Fulani. They now release the Boko Haram to go and live in the communities of those that they killed. After Fulani herdsmen killed your people in their community, the Fulani herdsmen will go and rename the communities of those people and occupy them. And the owners of the land will be living in IDP camp. Are you understanding? That is one Nigeria. That is Northernization policy. And the number to call is +358 466 156 849. WhatsApp only. +358 466 156 849. We continue. So tell us what Ahmadu Bello said in that very speech that is not happening today. Tell us how Fulani herdsmen will kill your communities and none of them will be in cell. Rather, the youth of the communities that try to show that they are angry will be picked up by the police. They will know when to pick them up, but they will not pick Fulani herdsmen. And eventually, if you catch the herdsmen, submit them to the police, automatically the police have no power because the Sharia constitution supersedes the very secular state constitution they are showing to the world. The Sharia constitution surrenders the judges that claim that they are secular state, secular judge or normal, what is it called? The Sharia constitution controls them. But they claim they are not Sharia judges. They are Sharia judges. When it comes to political decision to decide on citizens, they will use Sharia order, Sharia law to force the judge to decide and pass judgment against the citizens. They will use the Sharia law to force tribunal to rule and rig election and tell the judge, the tribunal, to rule this and say this is the winner. Sharia constitution. You can argue from now till tomorrow, the Nigerian constitution can never arrest Shegumi. The constitution that is guiding Shegumi, which they are maintaining, is superior than Nigerian constitution. Nigerian constitution can only arrest Igbo man. Nigerian constitution can only tell army to invade Igbo communities. Nigerian constitution can never tell army to invade Fulani herdsmen camp. Nigerian constitution can never tell police to arrest Shegumi. Rather, the Sharia constitution will tell the police and the army to escort Shegumi, to escort the politicians to negotiate with terrorists. The reason is because the symbol of the army is symbol of Ahmadu Bello, Uthman Danfodio, conquerors. Now, Sheikh Gumi and the Sultan of Sokoto, and northern governors running a republic inside Nigeria. They don't believe in Nigerian constitution. They are running a republic which every Nigerian president knew that there is a republic in Nigeria. Right? Let us go to the caller and see who is there. We have come to you, the caller. Your name and where you are calling us from. This is Biafra Television Europe. Welcome to the program.
Hello, the fearless man.
Thank you. Welcome to the program.
The fearless man. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, my brother. Thank you for your good work you are doing for people of Biafra, my dear. The reason why I'm calling you just because I even sent I even dropped it on the BTV, but I didn't get any comment because of your page, you know. I can no longer access your page anymore. For over 1 week now, I'm counting.
It has been brought down.
Me out of the page.
It has been brought down. Brought down all the pages. They have brought all of them down. Facebook. They reported all of them. Everyone.
As much. Because I don't even know how to join in again.
That is a problem.
So you can get see where
No, I'm not saying I know I'm no longer on Facebook. They kick me out. So I'll be coming live from BTV always now.
Okay, then if that is the case.
BTV.
But anytime you are able to come in again on the Facebook, then let us join.
Okay, I will maybe one of us trusted one they will create a page. No, that is another account because page, if I must have a page before I can be linked into a page. So that is it. No problem. We are waiting to see a road for me to come back. Thank you.
If that is the case, okay. Okay, brother, then it's okay. Then hence you say because I was surprised. I know. That is the handwork of our enemies. But at the end of the day, we will prevail. Although we have prevailed already.
Thank our people.
My name is Uche Chukwu.
Thank you.
Okay, my brother.
Thank you.
Okay, then keep on the good work. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
We move on. So now, that is it. That is the battle. They know this one. They don't know the other one. They don't know we have BTV and some other channels. Block me from Facebook. That is to say, BTV will be active always now. You will see it every time. Thank you. We continue. I know this year. They cannot shut us down, shut us up. No. Thank you. We move. So now, what do you expect to get from Nigeria? You that is from other region. The North that is number one in Nigeria, running a republic inside Nigeria. They are still suffering. We have a caller again. This is Biafra Television in Europe. Welcome to the program. Your name and where you are calling us from.
Thank you, Mazi. Thank you for the good work you have been doing. So even ourselves here, we are. You can go line and check why you online, but in everything you are doing, we congratulate you. And as we are wishing you Biafra, we also wish ourselves for Biafra. But there is something emphasis I want to lay based on. Yes, you do. Okay, Biafra man.
Okay.
On the program, on the chill, on the schools, based on some certain things concerning to the barristers that are growing around our leader, Onyendu.
Okay.
Their recent investment, how we are progressing using our leader to enrich themselves.
Mazi, please. You don't. Sorry, this is Biafra Television Europe. That's why I cannot come with such program here. There are other channels I can come with it. This BTV Europe. We are on satellite and some other places, and they have prohibited us from bringing such on BTV. Please.
Okay.
Yes, there are. I will expose that program. I will do exposition on that, but not on BTV. I will go to my Twitter.
Okay.
This is a national TV.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We move. This is our national television. There are topics we discuss here. Thank you, Anjimadnala. So that is it. The Nigerian state we are seeing today is not a state that somebody will be hoping on that is running a country. They are running two republics. Sultan of Sokoto is president of one. Was established by Ahmadu Bello. That place is the head, but they finally arrived 1999 through Abubakar Absalami. They wrote a constitution, established two republics at a time. They call it the Nigerian constitution, but there is Sharia law that almost all the northern states are now running Sharia constitution. We have gone to somebody now.
Hello, Mazi, please, sorry, just short. Send your Twitter account so that we can also follow you there, please.
Okay, that is IPOB Osioma LGA. IPOB Osioma LGA in one word. That is the handle. Then IPOB Osioma in one word, right? That is the handle.
Okay.
Then the Twitter name, the username is Fearless Evangelist Official. Thank you.
That is the Twitter, your Twitter account.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, Fearless
Evangelist
Fearless
Official.
Evangelist Official, eh?
Right. If you don't get that one, you type for this handle, which is IPOB Osoma. That is at IPOB Osoma LGA. So thank you.
Okay, sir.
Thank you. We move. One Nigeria is useless when you are running a secular state with Sharia law inside. When a president of a secular state cannot decide on Fulani herdsmen without consulting Sultan of Sokoto, who is their president, automatically, when you establish a Sharia law, you are running two republics. That is why Nigerian country cannot arrest Shegumi, who is involved in the other republic, Sharia Republic of Nigeria, Islamist Sharia Republic. They are using this to expand. They are heading to 75%. That is their target. That when they have arrived to 75% of occupying Nigerian lands, as they are pushing Fulani herdsmen, they will now declare the whole Nigeria as a whole officially as emirate. Right? Islamic. But they are pushing. They first of all establish Sharia Republic inside Nigeria. If Fulani want to come to your house and they rear their cow, they will present one Nigeria. The Nigerian constitution said you have the right to go everywhere. But when they commit offense, the Sharia law will guide them. They will no longer use the Nigerian constitution to arrest the Fulani. The police will now run away. But the Fulani that came with the Nigerian constitution that police uses. But when they kill you, the Sharia constitution will come and defend Fulani, which is not an affairs. This constitution has kept Gumi to be free, working for terrorists, terrorizing Nigerians, defending his crimes, defending his hypocrisy, defending his terror against citizens of the land, because they have established a republic. Tinubu knew. He invited Sultan of Sokoto to Asorok over Christian genocide. The Muslim never agreed that they kill Christians because they are running a republic. The Nigerian country and their government official can never say that they kill Christians because they are afraid of the Sharia Republic, which have the weapons, which is in charge of the army, in charge of the police. The Sharia Republic is in charge of 75% of Nigerian security, which have been escorting Shegumi. If the Nigerian security is not under the control of the Sharia Republic of Nigeria in the northern Nigeria, why is it that the same security will be escorting Shegumi? Because the security is under their control. The symbol of the army is their conquerors symbol of Ottoman Danfodio. That is to say, Shegumi is like army general in their own republic, but they are using Nigeria to exist and cover up to extend their terror to other people's land. In the name of one Nigeria, they killed the Christians. In the name of one Nigeria, Shegumi is telling those that have come to save Christians, no. They are running a republic, which is to say, the Muslims have nothing to say because they have never reported that Christians are being killed. No. So why should they say something when they are the suspect? Because they are defending their Sharia republic. That's why other Nigerian politicians kept quiet. It's only the northerners terrorists in government that keep defending, because this is something that Christians should be speaking of and say, we don't want Trump to come. But you know what? The main suspect, the main genocidists are the people telling Trump not to come, which is to say, they are fully involved. Now, how do you excel in such country? A country that said that instead of them to employ Igbo man, which is the Easterners, that they rather employ a is it expatriate or what? That is a foreigner on contract. Than if they cannot get a foreigner like that journalist, now they will get other Nigerians. Imagine those such language, other Nigerians. A country that something will happen to Igbo man in Lagos, instead of them to call a senator that is representing Oshodi, do you know what they would do? They would ask you, what is your Igbo leaders doing? Igbo leaders should say something. Igbo, you are running a country. Something happened to citizens of Nigeria in a particular place in Nigeria where senators, House of Rep members, and the State House of Assembly members, local government chairman is in charge of that place. You will leave the whole people there. You'll be looking for Igbo man. What is Igbo senator saying? A senator from Enugu to come and speak for a Nigerian citizen that something happened to in Ikoyi. When they have a senator in Ikoyi that represents Ikoyi, it shows you are not running a country. Nobody in UK was telling Nnamdi Kanu to let him go and call Igbo politician to come and speak for him. There are House of Rep member that represents where Nnamdi Kanu is a citizen to. Do you understand? In that UK. If they want to vote, they will not tell you, go back from Kano, go and vote for a senator. You will vote there. Vote for House of Rep in that place. Vote for governor in that state. But when something happened to you, they will not tell the House of Rep to come and speak for Igbo man. No, they will tell Igbo people to call their brothers from Igbo land, from Southeast to come and speak. Does that show you are running a country? You must be a fool if you think you are running a country. It's not a way to run a country. A country, if something happened to Enugu, the governor of Enugu will not be calling the governor of Rivers State to come and look after his people in Rivers State. The governor is the governor of Enugu. Both strangers, both the citizens. Anything that happens, they will do. If he needs senators, he calls senators from Enugu. Not people that are living in Enugu. They will tell them, nah, you think, call your senators from Oshun. This is what we are facing today. This is the mess we are into. This is why freedom is something we can never say. We are stopping this morning. We are stopping tomorrow. No, now the fact is that everybody is a condemned criminal in Nigeria. Now, instead of us to die like that, it's better we die on the process of agitation, which we know must surely give us freedom. But dying as people of Benue in the hand of Nigeria, dying as people of Middle Belt without agitating, you are just being killed like that. That is stupid death. Because when you die in the name of agitation, the world will know it is no longer eternal issue. That is why the issue of IPOB and Nigeria is not eternal issue. But the issue, every other killings, every other thing happening in other region is eternal issue. That is why before America come for the Christian genocide, they declare Nigeria a country of particular concern. The reason is because to make sure that they have that is They have declared them as a terrorist country that cannot be in charge of their borders. They cannot protect the citizens of their land. Therefore, those that have interest on Christians have the right to come without following any protocols to come and save Christians. The borders of Nigeria was declared open. The sovereignty was destroyed. Immediately, they were declared country of particular concern. If they don't declare them country of particular concern, it will be Nigeria that will be leading them. It will be Nigeria that will invite them. It will be an eternal issue. But today, because Christians cried out and USA listened to them, they asked Nigeria. Nigeria said nothing is happening. And they came, they discovered the truth. Automatically, they have declared Nigeria state of country of particular concern. That is to say, they have no full, they are not in full charge, they are not fully in charge of their territory again, because they have Christian victims in their country, which those that have concern over human beings, over human rights, and over Christians have the right to come to Nigeria and help Christians without following any protocols. Do you know when protocols will be observed? Is when jihadists is killing Christians and Nigerian government demanded for help. If people come for help, Nigeria will lead them and tell them where the criminals are. But if Nigeria have denied, when they have over 600,000 IDP camps, people in IDP camp, and they deny Christian genocide, automatically they should not be consulted in any action. That's why the government rush and say they work with America. You work with them under 1%. 1% is that to acknowledge that they are in your country. 99% is under them in carrying on their operation, because Nigeria as a country is complicit to the Christian genocide. They never accepted. The Muslims themselves have never accepted, and they have never complained that jihadists or that they are terrorists killing Christians. That is not the Muslims in Nigeria, but they are terrorists. They never declare so. They keep protecting them. Automatically, the Muslims have nothing to say in this matter. Again, Nigerian government have 40% to decide on this matter. Again, the citizens that are victims of this very genocide, the Christians, have 60% to decide on the matter, which may lead to the freedom separation. They are the people that cried out, not Nigeria that cried out. It's not an eternal issue, because they cried out. They were listened to. Eternal issue is what is when they are quiet, right? And we are doing, hey, we are maintaining one Nigeria, just like all this, when they were doing it in Middle Belt. We said, answer a name. You die with that name. Maintaining one Nigeria dying, the government of Nigeria will be responding to international community, telling them that is the farmer header clashes, because you never make a point. That is family fight. Not everybody can come in. Until you cry out and say no, that is when external will come. You tell them no. Look at our father have killed all our brothers, some of my siblings. Look at where they keep their dead bodies. But then external have come. When external come, they will no longer follow protocols to break rooms. Do you understand? They will no longer follow protocols to break rooms to save the victims of that very compound. Those that come for rescue mission may even jump fence. When they discover that your compound is a compound of terror, compound of kidnapping, right? When people are coming, they will come by all means, because they have come to rescue your victims. The same thing America is doing to rescue the victims of Nigeria, which are the Christians, because Nigeria is complicit. Nigeria is backing up the terrorism and the genocide. So they have nothing to say. That is why you see them quiet. Because if they are the one who invited USA, they will be leading USA and say, look at this place, let us go to operation here. Look at this place. But because USA listen to Christians, who the government have never protected. Now they have to protect them. Automatically, the sovereignty of Nigeria have been tampered or have been destroyed by declaring them country of particular concern. That shows that they cannot take care of Christians. People that have concern should come and take care of Christians, and they should not follow protocols because Nigeria do not follow protocols to kill them. This is BTV Europe. We have a caller. We have a caller here. The caller, your name and where you're
Hello,
calling us
Mazi.
from. This is
Good
Biafra
morning.
Television Europe. Good morning or good afternoon from here.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
my name is Ifi from Ghana.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. So my contribution this morning is that you see Nigeria is on the verge of collapsing, but a country where the leaders is as corrupt as everything will be going wrong. See, you see, America declare Nigeria a country of particular concern instead of them to work towards the program. The only thing you see is all of them turn to social media personalities. You see them, they talk nonsense. So, but we love all those things. We love all those things because online, you see, internet can never forget on time. So, and we are keeping record. We are recording everything going on in Nigeria. You see, immediately IPB not talking about Tiger Base. You see, Igbo land will start having some peace.
Yes.
But now, you see where Nigeria good soldiers and their journalists are pushing the thing towards. They are saying because Nnamdi Kanu is now in prison. That is why you see some peace in Igbo land. Now, my question to them is it Nnamdi Kanu that is in DSS for 4 years that is terrorizing Igbo land or Nigerian agents? So, but my great thanks to IPOD. They are doing their best. They are trying. All I can assure is that small time, small time, the world will hear us because as long as Nigeria is now a country of particular concern, we know everything will come to pass and Nigeria will be history. That is all I can say. Nigeria must be history because this is not how country is. A country that have Sharia law. And you see, after the American pronouncement on Nigeria, you see, they are now pushing agenda of Igbo Muslim. You see, Igbo Muslim. We are Igbo Muslim. We are Igbo. We are this. We are that. You see the thing. For them to see a reason to invade Igbo land. So, but my thanks to IPOB. You guys are doing a very nice job. Thank you very much. It's like I see your this thing, your page is on a break for a short period of time now.
Yes, it's down. It's down. The
So
pages are down from Facebook.
no, no problem. But I will join you on Twitter shortly. I will join you on Twitter.
Thank you.
More time.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, my
Thank you
brother.
very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you for calling. Thank you. All right, this is Biafra Television Europe. I remain fearless IPOB evangelist. We are here. There is, I will treat that matter on BTV. This Nigerian army claims of East being peaceful, after jailing Nnamdi Kanu. That is rubbish. The East is supposed to be boiling if the killings is connected to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was in a waiting trial, because the DSS was at waiting trial, and they were sending people to kill. Now, when he got injustice that sentenced him to death, when he even also have access to people to visit him, why did he not tell people to increase the killings? Again, if those people killing are IPOB, should they stop or they should increase it? Because the anger of IPOB grew high when their leader was illegally sentenced to life imprisonment. Why should IPOB be killing for free Nnamdi Kanu while he was in awaiting trial. Then, when he was convicted, IPOB will stop killing. Is that not stupidity? It is simply that the government that sent them to be killing people for them in the name of IPOB have cautioned them to stop because the case have ended. They have convicted Nnamdi Kanu. They were killing for them to get a picture to convict him because his case started 2015, but he was convicted with allegations of 2020, 2021, 2022. So it means that there is no allegation from 2015 he was convicted of, apart from transmitter that was not even connected to his terrorism, but they said that they did not even decide and make a sentence on him on that particular transmitter. Rather, the judge said that the government will now take our transmitter. Do you understand? That is the decision on that transmitter. But the whole charges are things that happen while he's in detention and things that happen in SARS, which his case started 2015, ended 2017. There's no extension of amendment of charge into another year. And that is not why we are here. But I'm telling you that IPOB is supposed to increase the anger. So if they were doing the terror while our leader was in detention in DSS, IPOB would have increased the terror when he was convicted. But why did it go down? Because IPOB wasn't involved. It was the government that jailed him, that controls those that are killing people. I told them and say, stop. You have given us what we want. We have convicted him. So that is it. So we continue. We continue. Thank you. Thank you. So Nigeria, as a state of two republic, secular state and Sharia republic, can never work. People can never succeed in it. Now, as our brother said that Nigeria is about to collapse. Have you not seen that IPOB have taken a better position? And that should be another topic for another year, another day. The better position is what makes us not to be shaken. But other regions are shaken because they have no position. All their hopes lies on their politicians. And our politicians know that nobody is hoping on them. That we are focusing on freedom. And that is why our position is the best. We are the only people that pray for the collapse of Nigeria because we have taken a better position. If Nigeria fall flat, we cannot fall with it. We'll start immediately to run our region. But if Nigeria fall flat, the North will fall flat. The Yoruba will fall flat. The West, they will fall flat. All their hopes is on politics. They are not independent. They depend on politics. They depend on what government can give to them. They depend on how government can reshape their life. We reshaped our life. In businesses, we are independent. In handworks, we are independent. So then we are agitating, having positions. Both in Sahara, both in world politics, both in everywhere, we are taking positions. And that is why we are not shaking, because we have made the better choice, knowing that Nigeria will collapse. And we are at that very point. With this very Ahmadu Bello interview, which we are going to use to close this very program for those that are joining us, as we are bringing down, closing this very program, we'll go with this very Ahmadu Bello speech. And I hope that is where I'll be cutting off this very program. From me, fearless IP evangelist Mazi Madam Chinwachuku. And from here, it is good afternoon. Let us go with the Ahmadu Bello speech.
One thing I've noticed, Premier, while I've been here, is that Northerners seem to have, I might almost call it, obsession about the Igbos. Could you perhaps explain that to me?
Well, the Igbos are more or less the type of people whose desire is mainly to dominate everybody. If they go to a village, to a town, they want to monopolize everything in that area. If you put them in a labor camp as a laborer, within a year they will try to emerge as headman of that camp, and so on. Well, in the past, our people were not alive to their responsibilities, because you can see from our northernization policy that in 1952, when I came here, there weren't 10 northerners in our civil service here. Then I tried to have it northernized, and now all important posts are being held by northerners.
Is this policy of filling all key posts in the north solely with northerners and not with other Nigerians a temporary or permanent one?
In actual fact, what it is a northerner first. If you can't get a northerner, then we take an expatriate like yourself on contract. If we can't, then we can employ another Nigerian, but on contract too. This is going to be permanent, I should say, as far as I can foresee, because it will be rather dangerous to see the number of boys who are now turning from all our learning institutions, coming out with having no work to do. I'm sure whichever government of the day might be, it will feel rather embarrassed, and it might even lead to bloodshed.
Doesn't this damage the idea, sir, of all people in all regions in Nigeria being fellow citizens of one country?
Well, it might, but you are, new to our region, but how many northerners are employed in the east or in the west? The answer is no. And if there are, there may be 10 laborers employed only in the two regions.